Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I'm going to do the Booktuber Habits Tag, the Filming Day Tag, and the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of Booktube. Cliff at Cliff's Dark Gems did the two tags together. That was a good idea on his part. I'm going to do the same. Pat at Book Chat with Pat did the Booktuber's Habit Tag. She also did the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of Booktube. This was a good idea on Pat's part. I'm going to also do it, and I'm going to do it as part of this video. The Booktuber Habits Tag. I was tagged in videos by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading, Kevin at Kevin Toll Reads, and Cliff at Cliff's Dark Gems, Kim at Middle of the Book March, and Pat at Book Chat with Pat did this tag for Kelly. This tag was created by Mike at Bibliophile Reads. If you have a Booktube channel, consider yourself tagged. If you don't, I'd still love to hear your thoughts to these questions as a viewer. Are thumbnails important? Are you frustrated by too much editing? Please share with me in the comments section. As always, if you don't feel like comfortable leaving a comment, you can leave an emoji or give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. There are 8 prompts. The first prompt is film in batches or one video at a time. Initially, and for the early part of the time I've been on here, I filmed one at a time. Then I saw a video by someone, I cannot remember the name, but was giving instructions for good ways to do videos. He suggested batching things together. Like batching, say, maybe one day you did a few scripts or outlines. Maybe one day you recorded several videos. Maybe one day you edited those videos. So that got me to change my approach a little bit. I often batch my creating scripts and or outlines for my videos. And I often batch recording the segments for my videos. Matter of fact, that's what I do most of the time. The editing, I generally don't batch. One day I may record the segments for 3 videos, but then the next day I'll edit one, the day after edit the second, the day after edit the third. Might skip a day in there, but I do batch my script outlines and recording the segments for my videos. That just works well for me. The second prompt is scripted outlines or chaotic filming. It depends on what type of video I'm doing. For my weekly updates, I do an outline. I copy the outline for the previous week and modify it as necessary to reflect the week I'm talking about. It's not scripted though. I talk about the book or books I'm reading, but I don't script that part of it. For tags, it varies. Most of the time I do a outline, and we'll call it a script because I'll answer the questions ahead of time before I record the segments for the video. So I would consider that scripting because I answer the questions. Sometimes depending upon the type of questions, I may just answer the questions as I'm recording the video. Matter of fact, that's what I'm doing for this particular video. When I do that, I'm not sitting for like 10 minutes thinking of something and the camera's running. I will cut out the spots when nothing's being said. But I do them sometimes as I go along. I wouldn't call it chaotic though. I wouldn't call it chaotic because even then I have the outline because I have the questions for the video and I have things I'm going to say in the intro to that video. When I do review videos, I mostly come up with my review beforehand. I have a Word document that has the scripts and outlines for the videos I do. And when I'm going to review a book, I first come up with what I want to say and type it into the document. Then I copy it to Storygraph and Fable. That review, most of the time, is the basis for my video review of that book. So that particular one is totally scripted, except on the occasions when I just need to do a video quickly for that. Maybe I got to return the book to the library or something, so I don't take the time then to come up with the actual words. I wing it more then. Although even then I wouldn't call it chaotic. More than anything, I tend to be structured in a planner, so not very much of my life is chaotic. If it is, it's generally accidental, something I couldn't have seen coming. When I do haul videos, it's not really scripted or outlined at all. I just have the books and I show the books, and I generally read from the synopsis or blurbs to say what the book's about. So those particular videos aren't scripted at all. And same with that when I open book mail, which is a haul too, I guess, but those aren't scripted. For one thing, I generally don't know what the book is I'm opening the book mail for. The third prompt is how long you actually spend filming. I don't spend a lot of time filming. I would guess maybe for a review video, maybe it's about 10 minutes total filming. Then what I do is I cut out mainly the pauses. I have a lot of pauses when I talk. For a haul video, maybe it's 20 minutes and I cut it down to maybe 15, something like that. I could record the segments probably for 3 of my typical videos easily in an hour. It's going to generally be less than that, so don't spend a lot of time filming. And I generally try to keep my videos fairly short. I don't specifically have goals for that, but it's easier on me if I do more short videos than less long videos. The fourth prompt is your editing pet peeve. I guess my main editing pet peeve is just that it's very tedious for me. My editing, as I said above, it's mostly cutting out pauses, because when I speak I pause a lot. So most of my editing is just cutting out those pauses. It can be cutting out repeat words. Once in a rare while, it's cutting out something I decide I don't want to say. And sometimes when I say I don't enjoy editing, some other people will say that they do enjoy editing, and it depends, I think, what type of editing you're doing. If, like me, you're just cutting out pauses mostly, it gets pretty tedious. If you're adding flourishes, a lot of nice graphics, maybe some animations or something, then I can see how it would be more interesting. Some minor pet peeves I have is when the system I use, which is Clip Mode, a free editing software on Microsoft, that sometimes it'll say the software's been open a long time or something like that, and you have to relaunch it. It doesn't take long, but it just takes me away from the editing. The other thing is sometimes it starts buffering, and that's kind of frustrating, because often the only way I get it to stop buffering is to shut it down and open it up again. The fifth prompt is Thumbnail struggle or title struggle. I don't really struggle with either of them. I have a few different templates I use for my thumbnails, and I have kind of a format I generally use when I'm doing titles, just the way I do them. I do think that I do need to up my game a little bit as far as my thumbnails go. I have gotten a couple occasions. Nicole's Bookish Nook gave me templates, which I appreciate, and I've been using those. But I do need to, I think, learn more about what Canva can do and get more variety in my thumbnails. I have 3 templates and I basically rotate through them. And I do think I need to up my game a little bit. My titles are, I guess, kind of basic, but I think they're descriptive enough, so I'm not sure I'm going to really think about making any changes to my titles. The 6th prompt is, do stats influence your reading choices? Stats is in, say, star ratings of books. Those don't influence my reading choices really. And stats is in how specific videos perform. Those don't influence my reading choices either. What really influences my reading choices more than anything is being on Booktube and watching a lot of Booktube videos. That is by far the biggest influence on my reading. The 7th prompt is most refilmed video ever. I don't recall ever refilming a video. I, on occasion, have accidentally deleted a segment of video and then I had to re-record that portion of it. And sometimes when I'm editing the video, I see a necessity to record something additional, so I do that. But I don't ever think I refilmed a video. I tend to, once the footage is there, I mostly just edit it, and if there's something I think I said wrong, I do it in a text box. As I said, on some occasions I do record a digital segment or record something else when I have deleted some segment or something like that. But mostly I take the segments for video, I record, edit them down. The 8th prompt is your comfort video format. For me, that is tags. And I like tags because they make me think. Sometimes it takes a lot of thought to come up with the answers. They're pretty easy to record. As I said above, most of the time for tags I come up with my answers beforehand. So the videos are pretty easy to record. The response to them varies widely. Some tags do really well, some tags not many people watch, but they're the ones that I most like to do. And also I like to watch people doing tags too because it lets me learn stuff about their lives, and I like that. Especially ones that are besides stuff, especially ones where they talk about stuff besides reading. Now I'm going to do the filming day tag. I was tagged in a video by Cliff at Cliff's Dark Gems. For Cliff, this tag was created by Mike at Bibliophile Reads. There are 8 prompts. The first prompt is your filming setup reality. Most videos I just record, like this video. There's just my door to my room behind me. On this side there's just edge of a dresser. A very basic backdrop, which is not recommended, and I do recognize that. It's just that I have another room and there's lots and lots of clutter and I have to clean that out. I do want to do so that I could film videos in there. I also want to set up a gaming setup and maybe some bookshelves to store my books. As far as the equipment I have a entry-level camera, at least according to Best Buy, an entry-level vlogging camera, a short tripod. I put the tripod on a 5-6 books to raise it up. I will take a photo of that and include that in the video. The camera and the tripod, it also has a microphone, and I think there's a memory card too. So that's basically it. I have had the camera since I started recording videos around 2.5 years ago, and I don't really see any need to get another camera at this time. It seems to be working fine. The second prompt is time of day you film best. I like to film mostly mid to late morning into the early afternoon. I don't like to go, say, after 3 or 4 o'clock. My energy kind of declines rather rapidly after 3 or 4. So basically the early part of the day into the early afternoon is the best time that I like to record videos. The third prompt is pre-filming rituals. I just basically get the books, get my camera out, set it up on the books, and I comb my hair. That's actually it. That's actually my only pre-filming ritual. I don't have any superstitions or anything like that I have to do things a certain way before I record my videos. Also, for most videos, I have my laptop ready in the document where I have my scripts and outlines on, booted up. Sometimes the laptop is to the left of my camera, sometimes it's actually in my lap, but I have the laptop ready. The only exception would be haul videos. And if I'm going to talk about physical books that I have those books ready and available to me too. I don't search them out as I'm going along. Unless I'm doing a tag and unless I'm doing a tag where I'm kind of doing it on the fly, when the question is about specific books, then I will stop the camera and search for the books. But if I'm doing reading updates or reviews, that types of videos, I have the book or books ready for me if I do have them in physical books. The fourth prompt is biggest filming distraction. I live with my sister in a small house, and she has to use canes and a walker, and when she's moving around, those can be kind of noisy. And the bathroom is just to the right of my room, so if my sister or somebody else is in there, I'm going to stop recording because I don't want a toilet flush or anything like that. And when she's moving around, I generally going to stop filming because I don't want those background sounds to be on my videos. Now, I'm not going to tell her she can't do stuff while I'm recording my videos. That would not be the right thing to do. But it's just a situation where if she is moving about or doing something else, that there's noise that I don't record during those times, I'll stop and not record during those times, and I have to wait before those noises have stopped. And also there could be additional distractions such as a notification on my phone or computer, the phone ringing, something like that. In those cases, I'm probably going to just stop and record whatever that interrupted. If there's things like, say, we're having work done in our house or something like that, then I don't even try to record videos during that kind of noise. The fifth prompt is most chaotic filming moments. I really can't ever remember anything specifically chaotic. I don't hold myself to, say something happens that I'm not able to record at a specific time. I don't feel like I have to do it later in the day. I'll do it the next day or some other time. So I can't really think of any really chaotic moment. The sixth prompt is something always going wrong while filming. Really the only things I can think here of is if there was background noise that I couldn't record. I didn't want in the background of my video, so I couldn't record then. It's not really a chaotic moment though, because as I alluded to earlier, I don't hold myself to having to record at a specific time. So, and I've decided that if things frustrate me now, I just try to stop. I just don't go on. And it can be beyond filming too, because the camera I have to transfer to my phone, which has a Sony app, and then transfer from my phone to OneDrive, and then I can import the segments into Microsoft Clip Mode to do my editing. Sometimes there's transfer problems, and if those occur, I just put it aside. If stuff starts going wrong, I just put it aside. I'll come back and do it another time. This is a hobby for me, not something I ever expect to make money at, so I don't hold myself too tightly to deadlines or whatever. I'll just stop, hit it again some other time. The seventh prompt is your post-upload routine. Generally, I release videos latter part of the day. It could be 5, 6, 7 o'clock. I don't do what you're advised to do after you upload a video, and that is to check frequently shortly after the release to see if you got any comments and reply. What I do generally is around 10:30 at night or so, close to when I go to bed. Then I look at YouTube Studio. I see if I have any comments, see how many views I have. I don't reply to them then. I generally try to reply to the comments the next day, but I don't reply to them I don't reply to them right after I uploaded the video. I like to reply to the comments on my laptop, which by then I've usually put aside for the day. I'm viewing the YouTube Studio on my Nook tablet. The eighth prompt is what filming day feels like emotionally. Sometimes I have to kind of fight the feeling that sometimes it feels like a job to record the videos, and I have to push myself a little bit. It's not like a real strong push, but sometimes it feels like making a kind of an effort more than I like to make. Again, it's not like it's that hard an effort, but sometimes I often have to push myself a little bit to do it. It's easy for this to seem like work, and I try to fight that view. I don't anymore. When I first released videos, just the first few, I would record it, edit it, and I would wait a little bit to upload it because I was putting myself out there was a little bit difficult. Once the video's out there, then I'm not worried or anything. It's out there. What happens, happens. So any emotions I have are before the video. I guess maybe I still, despite having released a bunch of videos, over 300, still sometimes there's a little bit of nervousness about doing it, I suppose. Not a lot, but a little bit. So there's a little resistance sometimes to get myself to do it. For these first two tags, I am going to say that anyone who's viewing this video, consider yourself tagged. Also, I'm going to tag a bunch of people in the description of the video. If anyone would like to reply to one or more of the prompts of either of both of these tags, either in my comments or in a video of your own, please do so. Be interested in seeing it. Next, I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Booktube. I watched a video by Pat at Book Chat with Pat, which he did as part of the Booktuber Habits Tag. This is not a tag, per Pat. The other topic is one that I saw on Nikki's channel at My Messy Bookshelf. Nikki was inspired to make a video about her Booktube experiences, and she called it The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of Booktube. Nikki was inspired by two videos that she saw in which booktubers were talking about their experiences on Booktube. One was Fair at Bookstalgic, and the other was Melissa at Mel in the Margins. I'm going to do what Pat said and talk about these in reverse order. As far as the ugly, I've been fortunate, nothing ugly has happened to me. There are others that have been viciously attacked, Pat being one of them, unfortunately. I'm glad she continued doing videos and her channel's thriving. Definitely didn't deserve that. As far as the bad, really I've only got like a couple of comments on any of my videos that could be considered even remotely troll-like. One of them I did a video where I did a banned book tag and somebody said something like, this is a low IQ video or something like that. Somebody else on some other video said, what is this stuff, or something like that. And that's really even the first. So, just two comments, and even those aren't the kind of attacks remotely that people get. What I consider bad, though, sometimes that I just happen to see is that I get suggested videos it's obviously clickbaity titles, but there's just some videos I can see that people can do to just get views. Like a big one is things like how TikTok is ruining videos, and a lot of them pile on. People pile on like romance books. Part of that is because women read them and women's reading is inferior and stuff like that, BS like that. So I don't see that stuff. It's just stuff that I see that I don't look at the videos, but I can tell by the titles that this is stuff that people just trying to get views and being controversial and stuff like that. And I don't like it. That's what I consider the bad of it. Piling on, it's like I say, romance or romantasy is bad, and women aren't true readers or whatever, BS like that. So I'm sure there's other groups it applies to too, minorities and stuff like that, but that's kind of what I consider the bad. As far as the good is just people you meet through this. A lot of people I've met, become friends, some of them. So that's the good, the community. I know everybody says that, but people say it because it's true. Just the community that you become part of on here. Because anything I say, like the little bit I said about the ugly and the bad, you don't really see that within this particular corner of BookTube. Actually, the bigger channels that I look at, I don't really see it either. I mean, maybe they probably get some bad comments. Probably anybody with any popularity probably does, but just the BookTube, what I've seen is like what I actually look at, not the clickbaity stuff I talked about. The stuff I look at that seems like just a lot of positivism and support in the booktubers that I watch and the people that comment on my channel. And if you have any thoughts about the good, bad, and ugly, please add a comment. If you can't think of anything else you'd like to comment related to either the two tags or the good, the bad, and the ugly, please add an emoji of your choice. I hope you're having a wonderful reading week. I hope you're having a wonderful week in general. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.